actually one day had an issue with, I ate some slightly undercooked sweet potato because I was in a rush at work, and then I ate in a rush and everything was stressful, and my gut that afternoon was telling me about it, and I was supposed to go out to a gig. All right, so I was supposed to go out to one of the metal on the north sides, and I'm like, I'm not going to survive this. But just before I had some, like just a layer of it, a little bit after lunch when I started to feel like about an hour later, I was like, oh, that hasn't sat well. I'm in trouble here. All right, so I had about an hour later, I had a little bit. Just before I left here, I then went, nah, half cap. So I probably had about 40 or so pills then. And I dropped them down with a bit of water. And my wife had made dinner, so I actually swung past home to pick up some homemade pizza.
Oh.
That's a good thing to have when your gut's not really well. I was fine.
Yeah, wow.
I was actually surprised. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to test this stuff out. I may get halfway to this gig and turn around because I just can't make it. But I did. And I had a great night out. And yeah, I didn't eat anything out there because I wasn't going to trust any outside food. But yeah, so you got stuff that's, you know, respiratory microbiome, which is lungs and skin and mouth bacteria and immune system and all that. Then we've got gut, which is all about digestion and the mental health side of things, which is a really interesting thing. There are other formulas that we normally start with a foot soak, which is looking at the urogenital microbiome. So when you're talking about urogenital, again, reproduction and excretion, you know, but more through urination than through bowels, because bowels more gut related.
Yeah.
But also looking at things like some of that you'd be looking at lower body issues, or you'd be looking at like fungal infections, jock itch, things like that, athlete's foot jock itch, things like that, candida, those kind of things that keep popping up in people. If you've had it once in your life and never had it again, don't worry about it. But if it's something that keeps repeating, we go, it's got in there and it's not getting out.
Yeah.
So let's get it out. Other things like people that are quite pimply in the lower part of the body, or skin problems in the lower part of the body, particularly things that are kind of more moist and weepy, because we're talking about phlegm and mucus and things like that. So if you've got weeping sores on the legs, if you get a lot of pimples, particularly around the butt and thighs, then that's showing more that dampness sitting in the lower body. The funky toenail infections as well. Don't forget about those ones when we're talking about feet.
Yeah.
So that's where the foot soaks come in. But oftentimes people